What's going on? I'm Charles. I'm going to try to nail this in one take because I really don't feel like busting out the editing software. There was a conversation on Silverfish just a little bit earlier today about the difference between caliber and gunmetal hangers, particularly the space or the kingpin hole right at the bushing seat. As you can see here, both are slightly different. The caliber base plate has a taller but narrower kingpin hole, whereas the gunmetal, both V1 and V2, has a slightly wider kingpin hole. The kind of discussion today was more about how when the caliber hanger turns, it's going to lock out on the kingpin on the inside of the kingpin holes in the hanger, whereas the gunmetal hangers will be able to turn just a little bit more because of that wider space there in the kingpin hole. It's kind of a misconception for two reasons. First off, you're never going to lean that much to begin with. Take a look, even just static lean with the edge of the axle touching the same plane as the base plate. You're looking at a point where it's just, you're going to have some extremely soft bushings to be able to compress them that much. Now, you look at the backside of the hanger in the truck here, it's actually bottoming out on the kingpin before it bottoms out. Bottoming out on the base plate before it bottoms out in the kingpin hole. So you've still got just a little bit of space in there. I'm going to set you down for a quick second here. The same thing happens on a gunmetal hanger. So pop that in there. While it still has that extra space there, you can put it to full lean. Lean backwards. Try to lean this straight sideways. You can put a full lean on here, and just like the caliber, it's not touching the inside of the kingpin hole on the hanger, but you are bottoming out the hanger onto the base plate. So that's what you're looking at here. You've got pretty much the same amount of lean. If you pick it up off the same plane for a little bit here, you can turn it way far over and get some more lean out of it. And at this point, you can't turn anymore. You're bottoming out the hanger on the back of the base plate. Same thing happens on the calibers. And just point of reference, I'll do that there too. Put the caliber hanger back in, put it onto this. Make sure it's in the seat. Turn it all the way. And right at this point, we're not bottoming out on the inside of the kingpin hole. We're bottoming out on the back of the base plate there. This stands true for all calibers. This stands true for all gunmetals. In fact, it stands true for all trucks. Some of the precision trucks that talk about how insanely leany they are, you're only going to lean as far as, first off, the bushing allows, and no matter how soft the bushing is, there's going to be a point where it can't compress anymore. And then, of course, you've got to fight that point where the hanger meets the back of the base plate. Difference between caliber and gunmetal hangers, it's not so significant that one's going to allow any more lean than the other, even on paper.